Hey guys, my name is Kelly. I've got a 75 Camaro that I've been restoring for 20 years, and I've been meaning to do the front seats for a long time, but I couldn't always afford it. I have recently purchased the PUI seat covers from Early Birds in Toronto. Those guys are fabulous to deal with, so if you're Canadian, be sure to support them. These seat panels, they look great. I put the back ones on. They were super easy to do. I didn't do a video when I was doing it, but you could easily do it in your garage while you're having a couple of drinks, with minimal amount of tools. Not hard at all, and they look great when they're put on. The only thing that I used for this project was hog ring pliers and a bag of hog rings, which you can pick up at Lawson's. The hog ring pliers, I purchased these ones at Princess Auto. They were about $12 to purchase. They're very easy to use. I'll get in so you can see how they work. Make sure that you can see it. You pull them apart. Put your hog ring in like this. And you just squeeze the handle and it reduces it down to a little triangle. It looks easy when I'm doing it on a video, but it's a little bit harder when you're trying to do it on the metal frame with the seat cushion. Okay. Excuse my camera skills. I've usually got a camera person, but I'm really at work. So on these seat covers, the back seat covers, they don't have ribs like the front ones. For the front ones, when you put this cover on, where these lines are to, all need to be attached to the inside of the metal frame. So what we're attaching it to is a metal bar that's up here in the foam. It's hard to see. Actually, you can see right there where it's coming through the foam. A metal frame that comes down over the side and across the middle and up the other side as well. On the seat cover, there's a piece of black vinyl with a row of what feels like to be some kind of durable nylon cord. That's what we're going to be attaching to. So you actually need to attach the hog ring on the side of the cord. So the cord is right here and the hog ring needs to be in there somewhere. You have to do it on the side as well and then down across the bottom. I'm gonna actually put the camera over here because this is really a two-handed job. I'm not a professional car interior person, so if you don't agree with the way that I'm doing it, don't do it this way. This is the way I'm doing it. I have 4 cars. I don't have the money to pay somebody to do it, and also I like to do things myself anyway, see how they work. A lot of people will probably tell me to replace the cushions on this. It just feels so good when I sit on them, but I really don't think that I'm going to replace them. These ones are really old. I'd imagine that they're the original seat cushions and the original seat springs. So I just wanted to put this on so you can see that even though I was hoping that I was going to get away with not attaching it to the metal, you really can't because it looks like crap. It's just too baggy. Somebody would have to sit on the seat all of the time to make it look okay. But I have confirmed that it fits the seat, and once it's tight, attached in the middle, and pulled around the back with the plastic covers on it, it should look quite good. So I'm gonna start by attempting to attach these hog rings to the top. You excuse me if the phone rings because I am supposed to be at work. When I was doing this on the back seat, I found that it was easier to find the material that was attached to the seat cover first and kind of pierce it with one end of your hog ring. Once I had it pierced, I would kind of semi-close the clamp a little tiny bit. A lot of that just has to do with the fact that my hands are not really strong enough to clamp it when I'm at an awkward angle. And then you reach in behind and find your metal bar and hook it. Stock up on band-aids. So we actually managed to get one on. Pretty pleased with that. Maybe I'll take a break. I don't know. Being that I'm not a master interior installer, I tend to lose about half these clips while I'm attempting to get them on, so if you guys want to make fun of me in the comments, no big deal. So that's our second clip. The reason why interior people get paid the big bucks. This is actually kind of annoying. It's not hard, it's just annoying. And tedious. Already see that it's starting to draw the line across the top into the seat instead of just letting it flop around. Actually really pleased with how well this is going together. The back seats are really super easy to do because you can just flip them over and do them from the back. But I thought that the front seats were going to be more challenging. When I did my Chevelle seats, there was wires that were a little bit easier to get at, and I had help when I was doing those. Plus they're a bigger bucket. Yeah, I think it'd be nice to have one more up there in the corner. I've only put 3 across the top, but up in that top corner it'd be nice to have another one because it's going to give you like that drawn together look that you're looking for in the top corner. Make a nice sharp line and stuff there, so. Okay. That's great. Okay, cool. So, I'm going to keep checking this because I don't want to have to be the one that has to go back and cut off all these hog rings. It was enough work to do them the first time without having to do the second and the third time. But yeah, okay, you can see the line that's across the top. It's nice and drawn in. Seat cover is shifting a little bit, but that's okay because the hog rings actually will slide back and forth. And we haven't attached it to the back yet, so it's going to draw in nice and tight there too. Oh, pause break to do some work. Okay, so I've sized this seat up a little bit while I took a break, and I've decided that the only way really to get these hog rings attached to the side bars is if we start at the top and work our way down, just moving from side to side. You can't really just do one side and then try to do the other side that I can see. If you've got a better idea, feel free to comment on it. I'm not going to talk about this the entire time that I'm doing it because I'm literally just attaching hog rings to pieces of wire. And that really doesn't involve that much instruction, but when I was looking for a video on how to do this, I really would have appreciated being able to see somebody do it from start to finish and see exactly how hard it really was to do. So I have found in the past that semi-closing the hog ring a little bit and having a smaller mouth on it makes it a little bit easier to grab onto what you're looking for. And then that way it doesn't fly out of my hand. Also, I find that the foam kind of pushes the hog ring away from you, which makes it even more challenging. And I'm definitely like the type of person that needs to use my entire body to make this done. So it might be easier if you had a friend or a pal of some sort. In the other things that I use to finish the interior of this car. I purchased them all from Early Birds in Toronto, and that included some door panels, PUI brand as well. I did find that they were a little bit too big. I had not completely finished installing them, and I'm not sure if that's a problem with the door panels themselves, or if I'm just doing something wrong, but they just look a little tiny bit too big for me. I'm hoping to give the guys a tech support call if they're in during the pandemic and chat with them to see how that works. Probably do a little video on that as well. So yeah, you can see that it's not always easy to get in around this foam. I don't know, I imagine if you had the new foam, it's going to be twice as hard because it's probably fluffier and stuff. This is just pure persistence and stubbornness to get this done. need me?
I just wonder what he's doing here.
Who?
So the city's looking for a tire changeover.
Is he? Okay. Let me pause my video. Okay, so we are back, and while I was on my little break, I secured the entire side all the way down onto my framework on both sides. I didn't use a ton of hog rings. Once you get into it, you're going to see that it's very challenging to attach them. Every time you push in with your hog ring pliers, the foam, of course, pushes the hog rings back out. So that makes it a little bit harder. So now we are going to start on the bottom row, which is right here. After sizing this up, I got a feeling that it's going to be a lot harder to put this cushion down over the bottom of the foam, but there's really nothing that you can do about that. Don't know if you've ever installed like cat skins or anything, but it seems like everything starts to shrink as you're installing it. So looks like it's going to be the same with this. So I'll just let you watch for a little bit. Just to put it in perspective for you, I spent about 15 minutes maybe installing those hog rings, but I was back and forth answering the phone, so it's not a really very big job. You can do it pretty quickly. Okay. The bottom of this material is also curved in the corners, like right here. So you can't really get a nice sharp corner, but it should tuck in once you press it in by hand. Also, if you're doing this and you attach a hog ring and you miss, which is probably going to happen, go back and remove it. It's just an unnecessary mess if it's just stuck underneath your material, and it's probably going to come back to haunt you at a later date. This one is a lot easier than the sides. Go over here and take a look. It says on my camera timer it took us 4 minutes to get to this point, so it's not too bad. I'm doing a lot of talking too, so I've got the hog rings all the way secured in there, nice and tight. Got a good line going across. It looks a little bit wrinkly now. The back seats did too until everything was tightened up, and if it's wrinkly when we're done, well, we're just gonna do everything in reverse, take everything off and do it the right way. And anyway, I'm always been a type that would rather do it myself and it'd be okay than have to pay somebody to do it and it'd be perfect, because, well, at least now I can say that I did it myself. So I'm going to size things up here now so I don't look like an idiot on the camera, and then I'm going to come back and show you how we're going to attach it from the back. Okay, so I was gonna try to put these on first just to see how it worked before I came on and did it on camera. But then I realized that I might do it perfectly the first time, and then the second time I'm trying to do it on camera, I might pull it up and then I'll be mad that I took it off. So we're just gonna do it all in one go, and if it comes out good, then I won't have to delete this video. So pray with me that that's what happens. So the seat cushion will actually come off the frame, so you can shove it in a little bit easier. And that's all that I'm doing. I'm literally just massaging the seat in place until it looks good. And I think that you're going to have to work from side to side and not just go like all in on one side and then try to make the other side work. But you can make your own judgment on that. What I'm doing is just pulling this from underneath to try to tighten it up a little bit. It's a little bit harder to fit now that the hog rings are all attached.
Still recording?
Yeah. Do you need me?
How long did you post for the breakdown?
An hour and a half? Sorry about that. I'm actually working in a garage, so I have to talk to the mechanics. So it's starting to look a little bit better, but I'm not 100% satisfied with sides from the bottom. And I don't know if it's because the cushions haven't been replaced or if I've got a hog ring a little bit too close or what's going on here, but this cushion is not filling in the way that I want it to. So, judging from feeling around here, the shape of the cushion actually contours down here. So it seems like what I've got going on here is this needs to come all the way up to here. I've only got a little girly hand skin, so you can bear with me while I huff and puff and try to shag this up. Times that I did cat skins, a heat gun actually helped to stretch the material a little bit, but I could go out and get one, but I'm too lazy and I've already got the video rolling, so we're going to do it without it, but that's just a little tip if you want something that's going to make it a bit easier. Oh, we do have to take a break. So, I got a little bit of bad news. In making this video, I decided that I was going to take these two seat pieces apart. And when I pressed record on my phone, I actually took a picture of myself instead of a video. So I've essentially removed the bottom of the seat without showing you how it's done, but I'll show you how it's done. The bottom of the seat is in through here. And it was held in place by some strange looking clips. These are the clips. Just used flat top screwdriver to remove it from the dowels, and then used a pry bar to pry the seat arms off of the bottom of the seat so we could get it free. So I'll show you what we've got here now that we've got the bottom removed from it. We don't have to worry about that. Top part of the seat, the cushion is mostly inside of it, but if you turn it around on the back, you'll see that this needs to be attached. I'm guessing that we're going to attach it to the frame. That's where I'm going to put it. If that's the wrong place, well, I don't know how else you would attach it. And hopefully when we attach it that way, it's going to pull the material a little bit tighter, and if it don't, well, we'll have to backtrack and change everything that we did. But then we won't post this video, so no big deal. I've decided to start from the top and work my way to the bottom, because that's the way that we were going before anyway, and because I think that that's going to pull us down in the direction that we're going, and keep the wrinkles out of it. But I am going to keep flipping it over periodically to just check and make sure that it's coming off the way that I thought it was. So there's not as many places to attach your hog rings to on the back of the seat. So you're just gonna have to kind of pick your spot and stretch your material down as best as you can without ripping your fingers off. Actually doing pretty good because I haven't cut myself not once. It's unusual for me. I'm just gonna check my camera to make sure that you can see what's going on here. Let's go over and take a look. So much easier working from the back of the seat because you can see what you're doing and you don't have the cushion that's pushing back on you. And plus, like, you're not going to be able to see this anyway because there's a plastic seat backing, which I actually restored the ones that were already in my car because they weren't that bad. I don't think that there's quite as much abuse on the back of the seat cover as there is on the front. So there we go. Unfortunately, I will have to find a way to prop this phone up. So I'm just like literally looking for places that I can attach these hog rings. There's no rhyme or reason to what I'm actually doing, so in case anybody's wondering. not sure if this is going to work on these holes because the hog rings can't actually close on some of the thicker metal that's there. We'll see. So I'm not sure how many videos I'm going to be making of doing car things, but I will upload a video of my motor running. I've got a friend who helped me install a motor in my car. It's a 6-liter LS motor. I didn't really want an LS motor at first, but I was kind of sold after I seen the results that most people were getting out of them. But I've always been a 350 girl. Had about 5 different 350s in the Camaro over the years. 2 of them I built myself. All 4 of them I blew up myself. So it can be a little bit hard on engines. Heard good things about the LS motor for durability. And I certainly worked with them quite a bit here at my job. We have a lot of fleet vehicles that come in here that are LS equipped, some with 6-liter or the 5.3 or the 6.2. And they all seem to be very good. No complaints. So we shall see. I get the feeling that the bottom of the seat, I'm going to just take up the phone and show you. The bottom of the seat, I'm not really sure if this is supposed to be secured to the seat. And I can't go back and look at my old seat covers on account of the fact that my old ones were button tuck leather and they were custom made. So how they were installed is probably irrelevant to the way that these seat covers are going to be installed. But the reason why I'm saying I don't know if these are supposed to be secured on the bottom is because everywhere that I thought you were supposed to secure these seat covers, we had this nylon cord in here. So that's a picture of it there. This nylon cord ends on the sides and it doesn't go across the bottom of the seat cover. And this canvas material that's on the bottom of it, I can try to hog ring that to it and it'll give us a nice tight grip, but I don't know if it's going to tear the material. So I'm kind of unsure on what I'm going to do on that. Probably, actually, you know what, let's do it. What's the worst thing that can happen? We'll tear material that you're not supposed to see anyway, right? I'm going for it. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this is the top part of the seat cover, and you can see that it is a little bit wrinkly, especially in the corners. A lot of the seat covers that I have seen are wrinkly, so I'm not really overly concerned about it. Also, I feel like it's probably going to take a little while of sitting on it before it starts to settle into the cushions. But overall, I am pretty pleased with the fit and how easy it was to install. I think these wrinkles are going to come out. I am going to go at them with the heat gun and maybe massage them into place a little bit, but I just wanted to see how easy it was to install them. It took me half the day because, you know, I'm at work and I'm doing work things, but they're on nice and tight. The hog rings worked out well. The wrench worked good. And we can get the bottom done. So we'll do a bottom piece.